Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Walton's review. There, with me, I got Resolute, Germ, and Mikey. How you guys doing?
Not too bad.
Doing good. Yep.
That's good. So let's go ahead and pull this up here, and we'll start with our prologue, like we always do. When I was growing up on Walton's Mountain, the Great Depression touched our lives in many ways. Jobs were scarce, new clothes were rare, food was simple, and mostly homegrown. What we had, we shared. My father taught us by his quiet practice that sharing was our first duty and happiest privilege. And on one occasion, I had the opportunity to share an unforgettable experience with a lady who was trying to hide a secret. Alrighty. So, man. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, yep. So we start out with them. Apparently, they're going to the grandma and Olivia are both preparing to leave. Leave there to a wedding to what was it? Livy's sister? No, not her sister, her cousin. And hey there, pop culture, welcome.
I believe it was her cousin.
It's her cousin. Her cousin. All right. Yeah, Grandpa is giving her all kinds of crap. She goes, "I just might go to Richmond and never come back."
Make his dreams come true.
Oh no, he'd miss her. He spent 40 years with her, and she had a. So Louie had the suitcase. She's talking about having the suitcase there. They've been looking forward to that wedding for months. Yeah, okay. The cousin's name was Lori. Apparently, Libby said she'll help out with it. Yeah, the grandpa. Oh, this was the best joke in the whole episode right here. I went to a wedding over 40, 50 years ago and never came back. And I came back a changed man. I thought that was one
At
of the
least
best.
it was only the one.
Yeah. Oh man, that was like the best joke in the
Excuse me,
whole.
I gotta go take out an aircraft.
Oh, all right. So Job Boy said, "Let's see." Oh, he went back a little bit. Oh, um, yeah. Aaron wants to go.
Yeah,
I'm
she'd
trying.
like to she'd like to break the humdrum you know, being at home and everything.
Yeah.
Not me. I
Oh shit! I'm trying to get into the what John Boy said. He said something about weddings and
so, but what kind of
oh
talk is?
see, it was 2 seconds being hit past this here. They said something about weddings and hangings are the same thing or Resla, do you remember what he
Two
said?
most natural things in life for
Oh,
a man.
yeah, weddings
That's
and
the
hangings.
paraphrasing.
Oh, okay. Then Libby got all upset about that because
Yeah.
John Boy had a whole book that had these quotes and stuff in it, which is pretty and they were sprinkled throughout the episode there, which was pretty good. There, they didn't just hammer a bunch of them out once and call it good. They sprinkled it out. Yeah, it's a collection of basically a bunch of smart, eloquent quotes have been said throughout the years. And apparently, Grandma wasn't too amused either. Grandpa, on the other hand, this is the. I love the look on his face right there. He's just sitting there snorting over that, and Grandma's all pissed about it. they're amused by this too when he gets all the kids to stop. Then Aaron hangs it back for a minute there for some because she says she's tired of being in a group. Oh, always being part of a crowd. So, alright.
I believe the direct quote was "Weddings is destiny, and hanging likewise."
Okay, gotcha. So, all right. So now we're at the schoolyard there. There apparently Erin's not feeling well. She thinks she's getting a cold, but she didn't want to. I don't know if that was kind of stupid or sweet of Erin. There that she's waiting till after their mama leaves to tell the family that she's getting sick, so she doesn't wreck their mama's trip.
It was the right choice. They put too much money into that trip.
Okay. Then we got what's the youngest boy's name? Jim Bob come out saying Elizabeth got pretty much got detention because she didn't do her homework. So here comes John Boy. He has to fix it all. And apparently JW got a new bike. They're all fawning over. So
I forget which boy is GW.
that's the one that Mary Ellen likes to play catch with, and it's pretty much that like they're not boyfriend girlfriend. They're pretty much he's in the friend zone. She friend zoned him.
The friend zone who's going to chase off anyone else.
Yeah.
Good move at that age.
Mary Ellen or JW?
JW. Bide his time until she wears down, but you're in a perfect place to physically threaten anyone who comes by in the meantime.
Yeah. This must have been nice being able to just beat the shit out of each other and not have the cops called on you.
You can still do that.
Yeah, not well. Depends where you are. Like if you're in the schoolyard and that, they'll call the cops on you here. Like, yeah. Well, hell, my gym teacher used to say back when he was in the '80s. There, if a couple of kids got into a fight, and especially like they knew each other there, he took his time getting over there because by the time he got over there, the fight was over. They were shaking hands. It's not until the Laotians started moving into the area that they really kind of sped up getting to the fights to break them up. But
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
the
I
Laotians
think.
had knives.
well,
Go
that's a
ahead.
culture thing, not. I don't think it was a race thing. It was more of a culture thing. Then here, John Boy's trying to teach Elizabeth how to write and read a little bit. You notice how fast they're picking up everything here?
Well, they only got 40 minutes.
Yeah, 50 minutes. Yeah, but yeah, Elizabeth and that's picking it up real. Yeah, so they're writing bad and all that, and he's telling her how all the reading and writing is just magic. You can picture stuff and all that. If you wrote dog, you can just think of the dog in Wizard of Oz, or if you write bird, there you can see a bird soaring. And here's Verdie here, or was it Verdie Grant?
I believe so.
But I could.
Yeah,
That's
Verdie Grant. Yeah, she, she's she's played by Lynn Hamilton, who was a part of the Sanford and Son show with
oh,
Red
was she?
Fox and Freddie Prinze. Yeah, she was a
Yeah.
big part of that.
The only
And then the
Sanford
guy
and
that she meets in here, uh, yeah, Sanford and Son, Lynn
yeah, the
Hamilton.
only Sanford and Son I seen was the whole courtroom scene with the Tarzan comet.
You need to watch Sanford and Son.
It's on the list. Oh shoot! I know what I gotta make tonight. I gotta make the gremlins
Yeah, well,
thumbnail tonight.
well,
Oh, we lost, or Mikey cut out. He's still on there, but he cut out.
That's Trudeau internet for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Welcome, Lemon Pop,
exactly.
or Scurvy Preventer. Welcome.
Hello,
Alright,
Lemon Man Pie.
Yeah. And he's just telling
Well, I
his
keep
helping
saying
her
he's a
out.
man, so I'm like,
And so apparently, Verdie is altering some dresses for Miss Hunter. Oh, I forgot to bring up the converter.
yeah.
50 cents in 1933.
Uh-huh.
So,
Wouldn't that be... Yeah, go ahead.
so she didn't charge that much money, really. $11.32.
Wow, that's it for 50 cents back then? For a dress? Wow. That's not
So
bad.
all she did was alter it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But just an altered dress still is only less than $20.
Yeah, but I don't know what she had to alter on it. It could have just been a simple, just bringing it up a little that way. And Miss Hunter just didn't have time to do it.
Yeah, maybe she brought up the collar or a seam or something. It looks like she might have done some seam work. Yeah. That looks
cool. Which really, I know a person who charges $10 an hour.
Right.
So, and then she showed Elizabeth
It's
showing.
funny you think $10 an hour is steep pricing.
No, it's not.
That's cheap for where you live?
Well, I said only, but that was a person I worked with for 16 years.
Oh, so the friends and family discount.
Yeah, but also the purse is just like they like to make a little bit of money, but they weren't doing it to make a shit ton of money off of it, type deal too. But but you gotta remember around here, there's a lot of jobs that were $12 an hour for the longest time.
He tries to get into.
Mikey, you're roboting again.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, now you're better. It's just like when you're roboting like that, we just can't understand what you're saying. That's all.
Oh boy. Okay.
Hey, this is an unprofessional review.
Yes.
All right. Element says hi or Scurvy here says hi to all of us.
Hi, Lemon Pie.
Yeah. Gorilla Germ 4? That sounds like a virus.
Yeah. So she dismisses.
Coming this election season.
Yes. Coming to a.
Oh, this election season. This election season is gonna be freaking wild because just think about all the look at all the AI stuff coming out there they're gonna get Biden and Trump saying some of the weirdest stuff. Like I'm pretty sure we're gonna see like Biden and Trump both dropping the N-bomb and everything in a private conversation.
Hell, you can find that now.
Yeah, because perfect example is this.
Hey guys, getting off the the topic. So if we could all get back on the the thing and stop all these distract. Oh look, ice cream.
That still makes me laugh.
I had Joe Biden personally call me so I could record that.
I'm sure. It still makes me laugh too, dude. It's still funny.
I know Salty's been having.
I
all
just
kinds
got
of
a
fun.
very, very bad idea for you to do with that voice changer. I'll tell you off air.
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
may or may not be a federal crime.
May or may not. There is no in between. There it isn't. There is and do not. There is not. There's no in between.
Right.
Well, I'm a conservative, so they'll put they'll make a misdemeanor a fucking felony for me. You give me 4 years
Yeah.
for a simple $100 ticket. All right. So, whoops! I did not want to do that. All right. Can you still see it?
Yep.
All righty.
Now, let me show you something, guys. In this episode, if you look, go back to the previous one for just a moment, Gorilla. The previous scene. Just go back to Okay. Now look at the contrast. Here's a woman, right, that can neither read or write. She looks like a slave, but she isn't. But if you look above her, there's the Confederate flag who believed in slavery. So I just think that's an interesting contrast between the fact that we fought in the Civil War less than 60 years ago, and now there's this, and she's right under the
It literally would have meant nothing to her at the time. The whole race stuff that they play up at the end of this episode would have had no place
I just think that's
in that time or
interesting.
place in reality.
Yeah.
As their 70s values, hippie value set coming into play there. During the Great Depression, everyone had far worse stuff to worry about than a Confederate battle flag.
Not
or
able to.
Race.
Yeah, we're good. The problem is we've just gotten way too comfortable. Is the problem. We've just gotten way too comfortable.
Exactly.
And life's gotten too easy. We need to find stuff to be bitching and be offended by it. We have to have our moral fight, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Euler Greg said something about Biden.
Hey,
Hey, welcome, Euler. Biden spends most of his time making recordings for complete strangers. It keeps him busy and he earns a nickel.
It'd be the first honest nickel he earned in his entire crooked life.
Well, he has to buy Hunter his crack,
Oh,
he has to buy Hunter his crack somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Fact check that political.
Yeah. He also says, Euler Greg says it's a 70s iconic rebel flag on the General Lee. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I do really want a General Lee. I just don't have the $15,000 for it.
Yeah.
I found a 69 Dodge Charger with the rebel flag on it. They want to be like $15,000 for it.
Really? $15,000? Damn.
That's a little bit fishy.
Yeah, that does sound
That
fishy.
car's worth at least 3 times that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
And that's in not great condition.
I'm pretty sure if I touched it, my hand would be burnt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The prototype alone, I think, cost this one collector. I remember going to Las Vegas to see a car show, and they had the General Lee there, and I believe at the time it cost the guy about $50,000 not only to get the car, but then it cost him another $10,000 or so to restore it to its original plant, when it was built in the plant and stuff, or built for the show, for Dukes of Hazzard. So he spent a lot of money on that car, to show it around. So, of course, this was back in the 90s, so it was a while ago.
Yeah.
I've no telling how much it is worth now, but it's worth a pretty penny.
Well, Google it. How much a General Lee would be worth?
Oh, that'll work. Or the Greg also says, "Yeehaw!"
Just jump in the car
Holy
quickly.
crap.
Jump your other vehicles. How much?
$200K.
Whoa!
That all?
That's it? Shit.
And that's just the normal run of the mill. Not the one used in the show. That's just the
That's
car.
just basic car. Yeah, the car. Yeah. Wow. 200K? Holy crap. That's just insane. Oh, and Oily Greg says Southern style. Yeah, Oily Greg for sure. Southern style.
Yeah. Alrighty. So she's getting to paying her and all that. And she has another just altered, so she'll have it ready next week. So now they're doing the last minutes here and that. The They got all the food made for the week or so. They just have to heat it up. And apparently they're going to trust Mary Ellen even after last episode where she burnt the supper.
I remember you saying that. Mary Ellen, you're not capable. Get out of there, girl.
Yeah.
You can't cook. Shit.
And apparently Grandma hasn't shut her apper up for over an hour. So she says she's trying to pretty much fall asleep on the bus. And she keeps thinking of more things to do.
Hey, Gap. Hey, Gap. Not just saying, hey, Gap.
Hey, Gap, how's it going? Southern style, hey, all. Hey, Pop Culture,
Yep.
how are you doing? Well, it says, hey, Gap. He says,
Hey, well,
all right.
All
right,
we're
so this is when we get Verdie to come. She comes over, and she's about to ask John. I'm pretty sure she was just gonna come over and ask John if he can speak to her privately, but that's when John and Olivia come out. And she just wanted to go. Do you got some work I could do around here in exchange for some firewood, even though it's the middle of summer? No bonfire.
Could never have that too early.
Oh yeah, but they said they're not looking for help. They're struggling themselves. She won't delay them, so she's about. Yeah, this is the key thing here. See when she said she does practical nursing. That was a key thing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It's kind of funny. This is like the third family we've seen this, where he goes, "I can drop you off so far where you can pay me back when you get a chance." She goes, "I will not be in debt or ask for favors." That showed her pride that she has, where she's not gonna be in debt. She's not gonna ask for no damn favors. She wants to work for what she has.
A very common, very, very common theme back then.
Yeah, there were a lot of proud people back then.
Yeah,
like Verdie. Yeah.
Yeah, and Olivia says they won't get anything else. They can pay for it outright. But Ike will save stuff for people until they get it paid for. But Euler says we tried to save you some soup, Gap, but Germ ate it all. And Gap's laughing and goes, "Hey, Pop."
Hey, Pop.
All right. So they'd say bye. And I can't remember exactly what she said she was going to bring home. But the bouquet. Elizabeth wants the bouquet, and Olivia's like, "What do I want a bouquet for? To bring it home to me."
Well, let's face it. A good early marriage for that one is her best bet in life, because God knows she is not that bright.
Which one, Elizabeth?
The young one.
Yeah, Elizabeth. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that picture looks weird. Look at where the shoe is in comparison to Grandma's nose. You see that? Looks like she's a big nose. Look how she's got it placed.
The nose or the?
No, the shoe. The shoe by her face. That's the shoe she has in her hand. and it looks like she's a pig. And just a whole combination. You see
Oh,
it?
it's just supposed to be the way I'm pointing this because I thought she was pointing her finger at Grandpa.
Oh, maybe, but
No,
Yeah,
she's just pointing her finger. She's
okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
don't
looked
know.
weird though. She looked weird when you had it paused, and I was like, it was in front of her face, and made her look kind of like a pig. It was just kind of funny.
Yeah,
But I,
no, she was waving her finger at him. No, don't you do this? Don't you do that? Don't you do that? Grandpa's just like, yes, dear, yes, dear. Now don't talk. Now you don't talk to strangers in the restaurant. He goes, what? Are you afraid I'm gonna run off with some old man? He goes, yeah, I probably miss you.
yeah, yeah. And I'll meet another man. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just don't want to lose you.
That's about all I can show because Warner Brothers is a bunch of fucking dicks.
yep.
And Oil says, put more dirt on her. More dirt meant poor in 70s television. He says, hey, Mikey.
Hey, Gap.
Hey, Gap, I haven't seen a short from you in a while. Have you not been making shorts there? I think it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it has been a few weeks. I was actually looking for a Gap short. I hadn't seen something in a
I
while.
should check to make sure YouTube didn't unsub me from Oil or Greg there. I haven't seen anything from Oiler for a while either, come to think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. And I know that Pop was going through some problems, and I hope he's doing okay. He's gone through some medical stuff. Yeah. So I hope he's all right. If you're still there, Pop, we care about you, man.
Yep. And here they're saying bon voyage to everybody pretty much. And this is when Aaron just decides to collapse and she calls John Boy over and yep, it's tonsillitis. Then Verdie here is trying to read something. And they're talking about their pride and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure the name of the other actress that's with Lynn, but I know she's been in Sanford and Son too, the one up there standing.
Just a sec.
Yeah.
Is her name Alice?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, that'd be Royce Wallace.
Okay, Royce Wallace, yeah. Okay.
Oh, here's some interesting facts here. Just writer John McCreevy won an Emmy Award for Best Writer of a Drama Series for a single program for this episode. And
That's awesome.
this is Verdie Grant's first appearance, but it's the same house used by the Mann family back all the way back in the ceremony.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling he got an Emmy Award for this. The other guy you mentioned. Oh yeah, Gab said, yeah, I just put out a short tonight and been feeling too well the past couple of weeks. Sorry about that, Gab.
I hope you feel better, man. Everybody's getting sick.
Yeah. Oh, in case Euler Greg says working on another video, quality over quantity. I agree.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So yeah, basically they're fighting over her pride, all that. And apparently she's hurting all that stuff when she's hurting, blah blah blah. There's more things reading right. Yeah, she's telling him she should be two. So apparently she has 5 kids, right? If I remember correctly. So 2 of the girls gotten married. One of them's actually in college. And then the 2 boys have steady jobs. So that's
right. And then her fifth child is getting ready to graduate from high school.
Okay, gotcha. So that's
College.
College.
Sorry, college.
Okay, so that's the fifth. Okay, that's the 5th child. Okay, gotcha.
That's her 5 kids, yeah.
And apparently her daughter's in New York City.
New York City?
Was it a shithole in the 30s like it is today, or I have no idea.
Pretty much all the way back to New Amsterdam.
There's a few good times in there.
New York City, grab a rope.
Now, finding them, that's a whole different... Finding those good times is a whole different story, though.
Oh, of course.
So,
Okay.
yeah, something about money better use since. Oh yeah, now she's going off. She goes. She wants to learn to read and write, so that because she doesn't want to go because what if they ask her to sign her name and she doesn't want to be the last. So pretty much she didn't want to be the last stock. This was a great scene. Too bad I can't show it, but Warner Brothers is a bunch of dicks and won't let you show it. It's not worth the fight. Alrighty, so Gap says, Mikey, can't wait for your James Bond stuff out coming up June 7th.
Yeah,
He says
Gap.
it's up to you.
Oh, thank you, Gap. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I changed the start time to 12:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern time.
Hey, didn't they turn James Bond into a woman?
Not yet. I haven't heard that yet. I haven't heard that rumor yet, but I hope that's just a rumor.
I heard that rumor a long time ago. Maybe they didn't, or maybe the Phantom Menace was just talking out of their ass like they normally do.
Well, I think it started because in the last movie, No Time to Die, they had that actress, Lashana Lynch. She played 007 while James Bond's character, played by Craig, was on retirement. He put himself into forced retirement after he lost. Yeah,
and see that would not work because the reason that James Bond worked is because he had to charm his way into a woman's bed there, then get her secrets. Or a woman has to just come spread her legs and go, "Hey, baby, you can have this. You just got to tell me this." And the man's going to be like, "Okay."
Oh no, she's seducing women.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was a form of seduction that spies were so adept at doing, is trying to entice women to sleep with them, if only they were to give all the plot away or the information or everything.
Yeah. And Gap says, James Bond better not be a woman. It's a man, a real man, not a soy boy.
I totally agree, Gap. And believe me, I will never watch James Bond again if they turn him into a woman. I will never do it. Never, ever, ever. It's got to be a guy. It's got to be a guy.
No, Gap, you're good. If we get off too far in a tangent, I just have.
Hey guys, getting off the the topic. So if we could all get back on the the thing, and stop all these distract. Oh look, ice cream.
Up, if we ever get on a tangent, we just got to play that. All right. So she's sucking up her pride here, and I'm glad we didn't have to do all this suckering, sitting through the hospital visit and everything. John just took her in the morning and brought her back at night. Oh wait,
that baby.
Oh wait, no, I take her in the morning. Oh wait, I don't remember this scene exactly. I think this went buffered on me.
Mama? I was thinking about that coming back in the truck.
Well, you know, Daddy,
Oh yeah, they're not going to send word to her. And this is when they're going to have Verdie come over and take care of her for a couple days.
Yeah.
They didn't want to drag him back. And she said she wanted to work for a load of. So this is a deal that John strikes up with them, So they come over so Verdie accepts it. She'll be over at noon. They didn't want to spoil their mama's trip, so they'll And Alice there says it has to be a sign. It's just got to be. Because, everybody's superstitious and everything has to be a sign. And Cap's laughing at that.
Yeah, he is.
Her sister doesn't seem to be buying that's a sign, and she's the most level-headed person in this episode.
Who, Alice?
The sister.
Yeah, that'd be Alice. Yeah, so, all right. Then they're talking, what's that got to do with you? And, yeah, Verdie's taking it as a sign that John Boy's going to teach her everything she needs to know. So, she comes in, they're getting, John Boy is getting ready to clear his room out for air in there. You know, why is it John Boy who always has to give up his room?
He's the only one that sleeps alone.
Yeah, John Boy.
Right.
Yeah, John Boy is kind of a loner sometimes, but not always. He doesn't mind.
Anything to help the family out,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Lemon Pie, I believe he still is at the moment, but he was saying he's getting out, I believe, today or tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
Which is good news. That's good news.
Yeah. No matter what else, if they're comfortable enough with him actually going out the door, that's a good sign.
As long as they don't chain him down to the chair or anything.
Yeah.
Well, they can't legally.
Contrary to, they can.
They can.
If you present if they can argue you present a danger to yourself or others, they can hold you 72 hours for a medical reason, hold you 72 hours for psychological observation, or hold you in an attempt to get a wellness check or a restraining order to take away your right of free choice.
Oh, see, I thought they couldn't hold you for medical, but they could hold you for mental.
Yes, they can. If they feel you have a mental condition and they think that you might hurt yourself, they can hold you for.
Well, I'm talking
they can hold you up for.
Yeah. That change. Most states they changed that during the pandemic. That if you have a medical reason they want to keep you, they can for a limited time. Funny thing is, when they were repealing all those emergency measures, that one sort of stuck around in most places. And I'm sure California is one of those places that just forgot to get rid of that emergency measure. Kind of like they did here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, what they did, Gorilla, is they expanded on the quarantine. But what they did is they just kind of limited it and said, well, we'll put you under a quarantine of, let's say, 72 hours. And if we think you're not medically fit or mentally fit, you can't leave. And then you'd be under the quarantine as well. So they can think of ways to keep you there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Scurvy says that's good, and Gap says that's good, and I know he'll be happy to be home and see his dogs. Oh, yeah.
I agree. Yes. Which is always good.
So, all right. And there was something about magic I can't remember about. And yeah, John Boy is probably the most helpful out of them. So he takes his stuff out. I'm guessing he's going to the barn. He always sleeps in the barn, it seems like. So then Verdie's just holding the pencil there like she's about ready to shank him. Not even kidding on that either. Look at the way she's holding the pencil. Looks like she's about ready to start stabbing someone with it.
Yeah, that's kind of ironic.
Pretty
she's
fun.
Doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get her right in the neck right there if you just lean over far enough and.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of the Family Guy episode there when they're on the quest to find the world's dirtiest joke, and they're on some island prison there, and who was it? Joe or Peter asked, "Does anybody have a pen?" He goes, "Yeah." And so he just goes and stabs him right in the stomach. Goes, guards, we got a medical emergency here. Why couldn't we just fake being sick? We got to make it look realistic.
Yeah.
Oh, back when
Oh,
Family Guy was good.
Fletcher Williams is in the channel. Hi, Fletcher.
Hey, Fletcher, long time no see. How's it going? And apparently he's saying John Wick's mom. So I'm guessing he's talking about Verdie.
I bet he is. Remember,
Uh,
John Wick can kill with a pencil.
yeah.
He killed 4 men with a pencil.
Oh, did he?
He did.
Yeah, so Aaron came back right away, pretty much. So how long does it take to do tonsils? Like, how long will it take him to do tonsils?
Back then, I don't know.
Well, I
Today,
think, yeah,
next
today's
you're out
easy.
next day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're out next day.
Well, she's in and out. They didn't keep her or nothing. They just said they needed some nursing. So nowadays they try to milk you for as much money as you can. So they're gonna keep you overnight for observation.
Yeah. She was in there for at least 2 days because when John Boy went to her place, he told her that she'd be back the day after tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So yeah, oh yeah, you're right. Okay, so a couple days. Okay, that makes more sense now. And apparently, Marielle, is that a good thing or not that she can't talk for 2 days? I guess she can't knock out her sisters or brothers and sisters anymore.
Yeah. If it was that girl, yeah, it'd be a godsend. Shut her up for 2 days. I'm sure any of them would pay money for that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just wanted to answer your question about the tonsillitis. They said that in the old days, other techniques for removing tonsils aroused in the Middle Ages, such as the ones using cotton lines to connect the base. The lines were daily tightened and then tonsils fell. The removal procedure of tonsils was abandoned up to 16th century when tools were adjusted to perform the tonsillectomy. So in the 30s, they had crude tools that the dentists were using and they said it was a wicked operation in the 20th century to remove the tonsils. So they had to do something surgically, and they called it the tonsillectomy, which is when it started. So
okay. And Fletcher says sup. And Fletcher, I suck at games. 5 minutes in a sitcom.
yeah,
All right. So here she's ringing her bell there, and Verdie's trying to figure out what the hell she wants, but she can't talk. Oh, she wanted her to read to her, but she goes, she just sees a you'll have more fun reading it yourself. I don't want to hear her read. So then she writes down what she wants there, and Verdie can't read it. So John Boy cleverly just told her, goes, it'd probably be alright if she could see him one at a time. So Verdie picks up. At least they didn't play him as being stupid here. Or John Boy was playing stupid, or Verdie had to play stupid, He just kind of gave her a hint of what Aaron wanted, and she picked up what he was throwing down pretty much. Nowadays, it'd be having one of them play stupid, and we all know who would be the one playing stupid.
actually, that's quite clever what Verdie did in order to try to hide herself from John Boy.
Yeah, but John Boy picked it up right away, and he just kind of cleverly got it so she wouldn't have to reveal that she couldn't read. Which they could have kind of already knew, because this was supposed to be the 30s, It's
right.
We're just starting to get
him in a way too.
Where this is when the people of African descent first started to be able to start getting generalized education. All that segregation was still a big thing, so some people may not have. So they're just starting to get the education in the school system going. So it should have been no surprise that Verdie couldn't read in that. So
yeah, just reading what Fletcher said.
Well, what'd he say?
He said, but when is it John Boy getting in the spaceship and battling among the stars?
I believe that is season 3, episode 22. All right.
I know he does it. I know he does it in a movie eventually, Fletcher. Okay, but that's after the series. Okay.
Yeah, the day he decided to kill his career.
That's right.
Hey, that's the only reason I watched that movie was because the John Boy was in it.
Yep, that's it.
It's the only reason anyone watched that movie.
I
Yeah.
agree. Richard Thomas just did some stellar acting then. Oh my lord. Yeah, so much fun.
All right. So here we got Elizabeth coming on and go, can me and whatever the hell my doll's name is have a cookie? She goes, well, you can have your supper because I know you'll eat. You can have a cookie because I know you'll eat supper. But the doll, she likes to nibble throughout the day. She won't eat her supper, so she can't have a cookie. That's actually pretty fun right there watching that. It's amazing how good Verdie is with children there.
Well, she had 5 of them. After that, you know what you're doing.
Oh, 5. Oh, 5 that we know of. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and this is pretty nice because
Who knew?
there's
Who
a
knew they'd
couple
have a
different.
hotel that no one understood? They just
So
looked at
this,
it like it was, Go ahead.
but this was kind of nice too. Like this is supposed to be set back in the 30s during segregation and all that. But they had a few black families of spread across Walton's Mountain there, and they all got along with each other. They didn't treat anybody differently just because of their race, color, and all that. They treated each other the same. That's the small town. This just shows the small town living and the love you have for your neighbors, no matter who they are, and you help each other out. Type deal that we need to get back to.
Yeah. Jim Crow wasn't as
Absolutely.
universal as people like to tell you.
And
It's in major cities like Mobile and Richmond, but the boonies were always the boonies.
Yeah, and this is technically the South. Technically.
Yeah. As I said, the boonies were still always the boonies. Even as far back as the Civil War, small little farming community like that didn't give a shit what they did in Richmond or Charlottesville or any other big city. As far as they are concerned, the rest of the world could piss off.
Yeah. There was something else that Euler Greg here said. He said the 30s were a different time. The Empire State Building had a mooring mast for Zeppelin docking. That's absolutely true.
Hey, don't they have a cage around that Empire State Building on the top deck there now, so people would stop throwing shit off the top of it?
Yeah. You know why they did that? Yeah, you know why they did that, Gorilla? Because, King Kong was supposedly early practical effects and stuff were up there in 1933. So, they wanted to close it off so that people wouldn't just go, hey, I'm on the top of the world, and then they fall off and get killed.
Oh.
And suicide attempts, too, don't forget. After the Depression, a lot of people jumped out of 30-story buildings, So, it was just a protective way of keeping people from climbing to the top and wanting to kill themselves. Just insane. But it worked. It worked.
Oh. No, I don't think people were exactly killing each other, but people were dropping shit off the top of it there, and
Yeah.
and pennies and everything else, and dropping down and hitting people at terminal velocity.
Yeah, that happened a good bit. But the ones that got the news were the people who tried to throw themselves off.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but no. Oh man, I can't find the meme that I had saved for the longest time. time there. It had a picture of, it showed the outside, the picture of King Kong climbing the Empire State Building. Then they had a picture inside the office building. What they saw on the inside the Empire State Building is just fucking King Kong's big old giant wang, right, sitting right there in the middle of a fucking window.
Yeah,
Funny as shit.
that's porn, man.
What?
I hate to be at that level when he got. It's not a great place to be when King Kong got a hold of that blonde.
Oh yeah, no.
You know,
What Greg says, Houston is the biggest southern city. Houston, Texas, I'm guessing, has many races, and we get along a lot better than most northern cities with race riots. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's true, Euler, but it's changing.
You're not the
attitude's
biggest southern
changing.
city. Ain't Dallas bigger than you? I'm pretty sure Tallahassee and Miami's bigger than Houston.
Dallas doesn't count. Miami is actually about the same size as Seattle.
And what about New Orleans? No, wait. Scratch that.
New Orleans, there's not much left of that.
No, wait. I'm wrong. Houston's the fourth largest city in America. There with the and they're comparing gun crime to L.A., New York, and Chicago to Houston. So yeah.
Yeah, and you don't even throw in Phoenix, Arizona, or Albuquerque, New Mexico, because one's way too high up in the mountains, and the other one is just too flat in a desert, and people burn up there anyway. So, Godzilla, run! Godzilla.
Yeah, Godzilla, run!
Godzilla, run! Yeah, try to pronounce it in the real Japanese, like Gojira. Gojira, run! Yeah.
No,
I'll pronounce it in off-timed subtitle voiceovers.
Yeah, right.
All right, so number. And Elizabeth's like, my doll needs a tonsillectomy. So yeah, she'll be fine for an hour or two. So sit your ass down, pretty much is what he's saying. Then he asked Verdie if she wants to play a game with helping her learn, teacher. So Verdie comes over and sits down, and so John Boy, this is brilliant of John Boy. He's asking Verdie to help with Elizabeth's homework, but really he's trying to teach both of them.
Yeah, so, like I said, he's pretty clever. He's pretty clever, John Boy, to pull some stuff like that, and Verdie's taking in every word he's saying.
But she realized what John's doing. Verdie ain't stupid. She just can't read. She's not stupid by any means.
Yeah,
but
no, definitely not.
But John knows how prideful she is, so he's not gonna. If he goes, hey, do you want me to teach you to read? Her pride will kick in. But this way, her pride doesn't kick in. So they turned it in. Yeah, so they're turning it into a game. So they're teaching her. Now it's Verdie's turn. So. Yeah, apparently Verdie's letters were worse than Elizabeth's. But Verdie just goes, I thought we were matching each other there. So.
Oh, yeah, where she said, you and me helping each other to get better? That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. And apparently the water was too warm for Aaron to drink, apparently. This is when Henry Wakeman comes in. He gives her a nice bundle of weeds. Actually, I don't know what type of flowers those are.
Well, it doesn't look like poison ivy, so I think she's good. It doesn't look like poison ivy, so.
Oh, it's not. I can tell you that for a fact.
Yeah.
Because I get poison ivy every year.
Yeah, he says that Oiler Greg says that's not even counting the illegals. Probably about 8 million people in Houston. I didn't realize there was that many people there. He also says New Orleans is around 300,000 people, tiny compared with Houston.
Oh yeah, a lot of
Okay.
people didn't move back after Katrina. That's right.
That's right.
They all shipped them to the Astrodome, which is I think was in Houston, ain't it?
Yeah, the Astrodome was in Houston
Yeah.
at the time. Yeah, But they tore
The
it down.
Superdome, I think, is the one you're thinking about where they put everyone during Katrina.
No,
Yeah, the Superdome.
yeah, but after that collapse, I thought they shipped them to Texas to the Astrodome.
I think you're right, Gorilla. There were.
They sent some
I
people
don't
to
remember
the
that.
Astrodome, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember. I distinctly remember the Astrodome being used to house people because all of New Orleans was flooded. So
Gap
Gap
says he's buffering. Yeah, having internet problems. I'll see if you guys are still on later if it clears up. Yeah, it's been going on for a lot of us, Gap. It really has.
Yeah. Thank you for coming, Gap. I kind of noticed it when I'm on particular streams and they're talking about particular subjects. All of a sudden, I'll have like no buffering for like 30 videos in a row. Then all of a sudden, I'll get to a video and they start talking about certain subjects. All of a sudden, I start having buffering issues like crazy.
It's been going on a lot for me too, even though I do have Wi-Fi and not actual, plug-in internet. So, but Oiler Greg says, but we don't have race riots here. Races get along well.
Oh, that's nice.
That's good. He said we hosted the refugees in the Astrodome. Yes. Well, that's what we thought, Oiler Greg. Yeah.
And I don't think that's dandelions.
Oh, Fletcher.
Sure looks like
he
it.
He says it's dandelions and fern. It sure does. Yeah, the yellow and the white. Botanical nerds rise.
Well, let's see if we can get a better. Let's see if we can get a better view of them. That looks like daisies and maybe ferns.
No, Fletcher's well.
Yeah, those are daisies and ferns.
No, I think he's right.
Yeah, those are definitely dandelions.
Okay.
Yeah, the yellow one is a dandelion for sure. Yeah, I know dandelions because I saw my mom grow some. So yeah, dandelions from that angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I got a whole pack of them I can't get rid of.
Awesome flowers. Yeah, Oiler Greg. I noticed you have the old Houston Oilers helmet for your avatar. That's cool. You remember Earl Campbell? I just have to say his name, and you probably would remember that.
Yeah. So here they're giving what's his face here old Henry a bunch of shit for bringing their flowers, and they start mocking her.
Sweetheart, I love you. I love you, my sweetheart, my dreamboat.
Yeah, so he just runs off all embarrassed, crying. Yeah, apparently.
How does he pronounce that last name?
Wagaman?
How does he pronounce that last name? Yeah, Wagaman? Is it Wagaman?
Wagaman.
Wagaman. Okay.
Wagaman.
Whatever.
Yeah, and Oiler says, I
would
have bought weeds. Well, those are dandelions. They are weeds. I could here. If you want to buy weeds, I'll sell you. I'll sell you a dozen dandelions for $3.
There you go.
And then she's telling them to put her flowers in water. And there is bitch that said even when she can't talk, she finds a way to be bossy.
Oh,
there. So yeah. And so yeah. He's taking her for playing. And then John Boy's laughing about the whole Henry thing. And Verdie's ecstatic because she can finally write her name. She'll be able to sign into hotels and everything. Yeah, she can finally sign into hotels and stuff. She's all happy and that. Oiler says, I have Earl Campbell autograph picture on my wall next to Burnfield. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Autograph. Next to
Oh, that's
Bum
pretty cool.
Phillips. Okay.
More importantly, do you have any Warren Moon? Any Warren Moon memorabilia?
Yeah, there you go, Warren Moon. That's what I was gonna ask. Yeah, Warren Moon. That was the next one I was thinking of. Thanks, Resolute. Yeah.
I don't give a crap about his career with the Oilers, but he was one of the best quarterbacks in UW history.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So this is when Verdie
think
says that he was. Go ahead.
Go ahead, girl.
No,
Yeah,
go ahead.
buddy. No,
Oh, okay.
it's your turn. Go for it.
Okay, so we're here. Verdie's pretty much telling Alice that he found a way to give her a lesson without embarrassing them. And he tells her all about the lessons with Elizabeth and stuff. Then here, apparently they had a clog in the sink, and they had to fix it. Then I can't remember what they're. Oh yeah, they're talking about the wedding and how they'll be able to hear Graham all the way from Richmond. There. So. Yeah. Apparently, Graham was a big fan of the organ.
Richmond was the home of the Confederates, ma'am.
What was that? What was that, Mecky? You roboted.
Oh, okay. Fletcher says that dandelions are considered weed.
Yeah,
they are weeds.
Else out of the ground.
Good for you, Oiler.
And he says, I have a Warren Moon clock with an autographed NFL card.
Clock with an autographed NFL card of Moon. Nice. Good job, Oiler Greg.
And he goes, we'll have our. He'll want $5 million for it. Alrighty, yeah.
Wow.
Job Boy says they'll have her teacher get him in about an hour if that's all right. And she goes, quit playing stupid with me. I can't read or write. I want you to teach me. This is where she swallows her pride and asks him formally for him to teach her. Which, that probably took a lot. And John Boy fesses up that he kind of knew. It'd mean a lot to her. She's saying it's a start, but she could do a lot better with his help.
So that's so that's like halfway through the episode now. Is that the point where he says, I'm going to help you out?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, here they're reading in the barn, and, yeah.
That is really nice, Oiler Greg.
Yeah, that's cool. That's worth something, man. Make sure you keep it hung up and covered with a plastic cover, a plastic wrap, or something.
Yeah.
See-through, transparent plastic. And then, if you feel like you want to sell it, make sure it's all, looks nice and everything and spruced up, and then, put it out there, on eBay or something. I know someone will buy it. That's guaranteed. Yeah.
All right, so they're making a start on her reading that. They're making a lot of progress. They're talking about how Sarah was a bookworm enough to go to college and stuff. And this is when Elizabeth hears them talking about how she can't read or write, how she's going to make the family proud and stuff like that. And while she's reading and she's trying to read and stuff, she's telling them she's holding the pencil too tightly. Oh, and then Mama finally comes home. So they pretty much thank Verdie for helping them out and stuff. And everybody's saying how much they missed her and stuff.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Okay, so Oiler Greg makes a good point. He said they should have used the blimp to fly around and teach the people to read. Yeah, Come on, man. Can you imagine the Zeppelins back then? You know what the size of those things were? I don't even think you could get it down into a clearing and without popping the thing. You know,
Yeah,
all the
no,
graves and everything.
they'll end up like the Hindenburg.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. And that came soon too. That was within, I guess, a few years after, before, or after this, after all this stuff happened. So,
I gotta say, this voodoo I made here is going down smooth. I'll tell you that right now. It's going down
hey,
real smooth.
hey, gorillas, if we do get off topic the next time, you go ahead and do a shot first, okay? If you want to, only if you want to. That's
I've
up
been
to you.
drinking this whole stream.
Yeah, but we'd like to see you at least kick one back. You know how that is. We're all about you kicking back
Hey.
a shot.
This was full when I started, and I've mixed a lot of vodka in it.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm proud of you then.
And it's almost gone, so I put a lot of vodka in there.
That's good. You were ready for it then.
Yeah.
Like a giant blackboard. Oh, yeah. They could hover. Well, yes, I know, Euler, but still, like, come on, we're talking backwoods here. We're talking, like, lots of trees, lots of forests, lots of mountains. There's no way you could really just park a huge Zeppelin in there. Believe me. The logistics alone would scare the shit out of you. That's
We're
how
not
bad
gonna
it
pay
is.
that. Back then, they weren't gonna pay that much to teach a minority how to read.
Right.
That's just the whole. That's just the facts of life there.
They weren't teaching anyone to read.
No, they weren't. You had to learn on your own, practically. Most of them did. And that still happens today. There's places around the world that they won't even teach you. They say you're going to have to, learn yourself. Well, how in the hell are you supposed to learn if you don't have a book nearby or, what do? Just draw letters in the sand or something,
Well, that's the way we used to do it.
No, yeah, some of us did. Oh, Euler Greg says, shot time. I need one. Yeah. And he says, I do big ideas, not details.
Yeah. So they're trying to figure out what.
You're a good. Go ahead.
No, keep going. Keep going.
I was just going to say that. My thought was to Euler Greg. I said, you're right. You got some cool ideas, but you got to figure out the logistics too, dude. Otherwise, it's like it'll all fall apart. You'll be like, nope, I can't do that. Nope, they can't park there. Nope. No, that's just how it is, man.
Yeah. So they can't figure out why Aaron's still in bed here. So they said, and she's loving that. She's just loving all this attention because he brought her flowers. He bought her some kind of bottle opener and something else, a drink maybe. Then, this is when Elizabeth says to Miss Hunter, goes, I couldn't do my studying because John Boy had my books and was teaching Verdie how to read. And Miss Hunter's like, okay, she's gonna let it fly there this time. And now, apparently, Miss Hunter couldn't figure that out really.
The proper response from Miss Hunter at the time would have been to slap that child for lying to her. Just take it off. May believe the kid or not that Verdie couldn't read, but just assume it's a lie and slap her that you don't lie to your teacher. Doesn't matter if it's the truth or not.
Yeah, but how hard do you slap her? Do you slap her into the desk or on the floor or what?
Just a quick little knock.
Dude? Oh, okay.
Something that isn't going to leave a real mark, but she'll get the idea.
Yeah.
Bottle opener.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Greg, I got one that's in the shape of a grenade. Word on it for you.
Bottle opener. Sweet. I could use one.
Yeah, I got a grenade shaped one. And even Alice is noticing the difference in her writing and all that.
Yeah. All right.
And Verdie's all happy she can sign her name at at registries. She can read what her daughter writes to her and maybe even write back.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
And so Verdie brings it back, and Miss Hunter. Now Miss Hunter should have shut her fucking mouth up because obviously Verdie was trying to keep it a secret. Else she came to Miss Hunter for help. Exchanged altered the dresses for learning to read and write, blah blah blah. But Verdie wanted to keep it a secret. And she figured she could trust John Boy. Now she goes, I just want to congratulate you on your reading and writing. Here's some books and all that to help you out and all that, and she hides it here, but you could tell she's trying to hide it, but she gets pissed there, and she just storms
she's very
out.
Upset. You could tell. Yeah.
Yeah, no boys, and she's just brewing. Now she's just sitting there brewing. She's looking like the pissed off wife after you come home at 3:00 in the morning, reeking of alcohol.
Hey, it's better pissed off look from the wife in that situation than her smiling.
Well, it's better be pissed off than pissed on.
If she's smiling, you either won't wake up or you won't wake up with a dick.
And then Oiler Greg says, offer the kids some candy for reading, and they will be reading quickly. Yes, maybe some. I don't know about others, but yes, some kids would.
Well, that's the look on her where you just want to kind of hide in the corner and throw chocolate at her and be gone, Satan! Be gone!
I think that Verdie was ready to maybe throw the whole blackboard at him after this.
Yeah, but anyhow, she tells Alice, just get out of here, I'll handle this. And she goes, well, weren't we planning on Saturday? He goes, well, that's one agreement you kept. And apparently she yells at him to get the hell out. She lasted for 40 years without his help. How she'll manage the rest of her life.
I like this line, though. She says, you don't have to gravel to laugh in my face.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? You don't have the gravel? What does that mean?
Or she's like, people laughing at or like how she's gripping a pencil like a 2x4. No, she was gripping the pencil like as a damn shank and she was going to shove it in his neck.
Oh, yeah, she's going to kill him. No one will ever know.
Yeah.
John Boy will be gone.
And poor John Boy is just sitting there confused about what's going on, which is good experience for him because that's every conversation you're going to have with women for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all.
He's just sitting there taking it too. He's just sitting there taking it.
Oh, he is. You can tell he is.
Yeah, he's just like, tell me.
He doesn't know what's going on.
He's like, just tell me what have I done? What have I fucking done? I haven't done a damn thing. It's like you go out to. It's like this feels like when I brought when I decided to buy the white flowers one time, and I brought it to her, and for the next half an hour, you know what it was? What did you do? What did you do? What did you do? I bring her flowers one fucking time, and all it was for half an hour was, what did you do? What did you do? That's all I was getting for half an hour.
Yeah, just don't buy her jewelry. She'll be asking, who did you knock up?
Yeah. And John Boy's just confused. Like, what did I do? What did I do?
Get used to that feeling.
I did not. I just want it. You broke your word. I did not. Miss Grant, outside.
He's like, pretty much, don't you have a right to a fair trial? He just kicks his ass out.
He also might have been saying, don't I have the right to explain myself? Or, something
well,
like
pretty
that.
much, he don't have a, don't I have a, and Alice comes in and is like, that doesn't seem very fair trial to me, No.
Hey, Basil Battle Dragon. How you doing, buddy? Basil.
Hey, Basil, how's it going? How's it going? And Oiler says, hey, Basil, John Boy was always the odd one in the family. Yeah, I know, right?
I know, no shit.
And she's
He
still
was.
steaming. She's still steaming, looking like she's ready to plot his murder, like the wife does the next morning. When you're still reeking of alcohol when you come home at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're still in bed. So then John Boy's quoting, what did he quote, John Dickens or something? Oh, there, I missed it. So, oh, no, I did not.
Yeah, Charles Dickens, 1812 to 1870.
There is nothing so finely perceived and so finely felt as injustice.
Yeah, okay, that's what the quote was. That's actually a pretty nice quote there, that fits in there. The injustice of the whole thing. It's, what would you call that? A kangaroo court when you don't have the right to defend yourself? Would that be a kangaroo
No, it's called women.
Yeah. I was going to say one thing that's very important about these episodes and about the whole series is when they were casting for people, they had to find somebody who, to play John Boy, who could have those, constant conflicting emotions about everyday things and about women and so forth. And when they interviewed Richard Thomas, they knew right away this guy could do it. Like, he had the innocence of a young boy, but the knowledge of a college scholar. I mean, he just had all the range of emotions that you could possibly ask of the basically the narrator and the man who proceeds to put you on the journey, and that's what Richard Thomas was. So
Yeah.
I really applaud Earl Hammer and the rest of the producers for saying, "Let Richard Thomas be John Boy," and it was just perfect. It really was.
Now, this probably be a good time to bring up. Weren't you saying that talk about the literacy in that at the beginning of the stream?
About the woman?
No, you were talking about the literacy and stuff in the chat before the stream started. It disappeared. Oh, he said the Scholer, the episode that deals with the issues.
Oh yeah, what I was talking about of illiteracy. Yeah, illiteracy. What happened was, well, okay, let me just kind of explain it. What happened was back in the day, Earl Hammer was very concerned about school kids that he had grown up with that weren't learning as fast as he was. And then when he went to those kids, his friends and whatever, that weren't learning so fast, he said, "Well, what's wrong?" And he says, "Well, I can barely read the letters." And then one other guy said, "Well, I can't barely even read this page. I don't even know what it says on here." And he said, "Well, aren't the teachers helping you?" And he says, "No, they're just ignoring us. Like, they assume, the teachers assume that we know what we're learning, but we don't. We don't understand what's going on." And that was a huge point with Earl Hammer. So he talked to McGreevity, the guy that won the Emmy for this, John, and he said eventually, and he said to him, "Look, we gotta address the issue of illiteracy, even back in the 1930s, because nowadays illiteracy is still with us. It's worldwide. I mean, there are kids that don't even have anything to afford an education, so that's why they have a lack of it. They don't get educated. If they don't get educated, they're like Verdie. They can't read. They can't write. They can't do numbers. Math, simple math.
To be fair, in half of this world, that's not even in their top 10 for problems.
I understand, but it should be. And that's
they got more pressing matter. They got far more pressing matters.
Yeah.
Some of them have some 2-bit dictator who thinks he's God.
Right.
And I'm not even talking about the Russians or us.
No. But I mean, I know what you're pretty much talking about. I think he's the guy in Venezuela, right, or some other place.
Couple other places.
But yeah,
there's one of these former Soviet satellite republics. The guy literally has a book that teaches his people how to worship him. He's worse than North Korea.
Right.
That'd be Venezuela, probably.
Yeah, probably would be.
It's like Turkmenistan or one of those former Soviet satellites.
Okay, one of the Middle Eastern shitholes. Okay. Not one of the South American shitholes. It's the Middle Eastern shitholes. Okay. And
Yeah, now
Basil says they're great.
Yeah.
Euler says, I almost learned to read just watching this episode. Basil
Right.
says, best wishes to our good friend Pop.
Yep.
Get well soon, Pop. Euler says, lucky the Goodyear blimp used to fly over my house spelling words. And, Euler says, probably helped me learn how to read. And Basil says, just like Vladimir Putin.
Just like
Yeah,
Vladimir Putin. Yeah.
The Russian shithole, a
Yeah.
central shithole with surrounded shitholes.
Yeah. So the last thing I'll add to this, to finish out, is that after this episode, later on, they did an episode that I do recall from Archie Bunker in All in the Family, and it was an issue with Edith. She was having a hard time with grammar or something. She had a hard time saying words and things like that. So she had a professional come over, tutor, and help her out. But Archie Bunker got the wrong idea and thought that the tutor was making moves on her. So she, he acted like a big old asshole and said, what are you doing with this guy and whatever. And she didn't want to admit to him that she was having difficulty with grammar and reading. But eventually she had to tell her husband, look, I haven't been able to do this for a long time. I needed help. And this guy offered to help me, and well, the rest was history. But that's, there's been more than one series to address this, but this was one of the first that actually brought it to the forefront, back then, because we're talking, this came out in the early 70s, and there was shock when people realized there were more than 1 million people just around the United States at that time that couldn't read or write, or like I said, do math, simple math, or English, anything. So,
and now there's close to 50 million in the United States who can't read or write.
Yeah. Sure.
So how's that war on illiteracy going?
Pretty well, but the problem nowadays is they can read and write in Mandarin and Spanish and a dozen other languages that does them absolutely zero good when everything in this country is published in English.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in the United States, if you cannot read and write simple English, you're counted among the illiterate.
That's true. You are.
Because functionally, you are illiterate if you cannot read and write simple English. You can speak a dozen different languages, right? A dozen other languages. If English is not one of those languages, you are illiterate.
Yeah, that's a terrible stereotype, but it's actually true, Resolute. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. All right. So.
Go ahead, Gorilla. Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out what's wearing John Boy. And they just tell him, oh, if it's ever bothering him, he'll write it out. Then apparently Elizabeth can't sleep. They're asking if she has a stomach ache. But no, apparently she thinks God's going to be mad at her. Because they got that preacher from the episode The Sinner that kept preaching at him, still. And she says that she lied to Miss Hunter there, saying that John Boy was using her books, when she wasn't. She was just too lazy. She didn't want to do her homework. But yet it was, it's like there's a grain of truth in it, but yet she still lied. So, and this is when John Boy's ears perks up, and he so he tells Dad to go, don't we have to deliver that wood? He goes, yeah, I'll deliver it after school. You go, I want to do it. And John Boy's like, nope, I got it. Then he's bringing the wood over, and she's like, then Verdie's still pissed. She said, didn't I tell you that I don't want to see you again? And you go, well, John Boy's like, well, we made a bargain with my daddy for keeping it. Here's your load of firewood. Blah, blah, blah. And he still wants to help her, and he sets the record straight. He already tries to. He goes, they have their pride too. And he tells her that it's Elizabeth that told Miss Hunter they didn't know. But, like.
And oh yeah, and just to if you want me to read over Greg real quick, he's got a quick one here. He says they're okay. United States will have only Spanish and Chinese as written languages soon. That's pretty much true.
Yeah.
Oh, Greg, you're underestimating the power of the redneck.
I knew you were going to go there, man. Redneck? Oh, come on.
Hey, rednecks have more firearms than small countries.
Hey, the one thing about those rednecks there, you just tell them that the Chinese there were responsible for Dale Earnhardt's death there. That war was not going to be very long. I'll tell you that what. Or you know what? You know what would be even faster way to end the war?
Right.
We just give Bert a 50 cal there and tell him that the Chinese says that General Chang sucked. Bert will go
I
on.
believe that's qualified as genocide.
Yeah. Bert will go on a long ass rant on. He'll rampage right through Beijing.
Yeah. There's one of those strips that says, "No, you're a redneck." If you read a stop sign and think it means a sign of intimacy. Yeah, I remember those kind of jokes. You try to come up with all sorts of things, but you have to say, you're a redneck. You have to come up with that first. So, yeah.
No, but Bird just absolutely loves General Chang there. He got pissed off with me on whose stream was I? I think we were on Joe's stream there when I said General Chang there. He had the freaking ultimate weapon. He could have taken on the entire Federation with a cloaked bird of prey that could fire while cloaked. But yet he spent so much time looking up Shakespeare quotes. He got his ass blown up.
And got his butt kicked. To be or not to be before the missile destroyed him.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I hear Alice and them are going back and forth. This was a great scene. I wish I could show it, but fuck you, Warner Brothers. And they're talking about how much John Boy is a proud person too. Like everybody in the community is proud. So then there's John and John. This is a gold scene too. Doing.
Yeah, I don't consider them Warner Brothers. I just call them Wussy Brothers and go from there.
Yeah. So apparently the truck's overheating there, and John Boy's just going off on a rant how she's just all mad at him here. And Mary Ellen's still playing sick here. But she goes, I guess I'll just have to send Henry away, and he can't take you to the church dance. He goes, oh, I'm feeling better. Better now. Now I can go. They go, you can't have it both ways. Sick one day and feeling better whenever you want. Yeah, it's one or the other.
That's a good mom.
Yeah. So she tells him she can't go to the thing because she's not feeling well. But she'll tell Henry that she's on the fast track to recovery.
Yeah, but her mother makes a good point that you can't have it both ways.
Yeah, like this last half was golden here. This scene too goes. Just remember what playing sick has cost you. Date with Henry.
That's it. Yes, Mama.
This is when Verdie gets a letter from her daughter. Her daughter sent the money back for the new dress. And pretty much what her daughter says is, I don't want your goddamn money. I want you to be here. If you can't be here, fuck you. That's pretty much what the letter said, right, Germ?
Yeah.
Am I leaving anything out?
No, I think you covered it. Cheers, with a Greg.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't want your money. I want you to be here or fuck you. Is what she pretty much said. Politely, though.
Politely, yeah. Without the dropped F-bombs. I know, man. It's cool.
Yeah.
You got the point across, so that's basically what she said to her. But it's
yeah. So they continue their lessons there, So yeah, they pretty much continue their lessons there.
Yeah,
That's pretty much the end of the episode.
yeah,
And she
he's a
learns to
nice.
read and write.
Yeah, John Boy's a nice guy, and it was, because of her pride, it was a big thing to say that, I was wrong about you. That was a huge thing for her to say,
Yeah.
before the end of it.
All right, so we'll leave off here with our epilogue like we normally do.
Go for it.
He says, "How to get attention without playing sick. How to keep from getting hung up on the barbed wire of old prejudices and grievances. As we fumble towards answers to these and 1,000 other questions, we were lucky to have a teasing of our brothers and sisters to keep us from taking ourselves too seriously, and the unfailing love of our mother and father to reassure and sustain us." Alrighty. So, we'll start with you, Germ. What did you think?
Pretty good for the most part. Did drag in areas. I'd say overall B plus to A minus.
Okay. What do you think, Mikey?
I think I agree with Resolute. I actually did give it a B plus. I gave it a solid B plus because, like I said, it was such a big issue at the time, illiteracy, and I understand why they wrote an episode like this, and I give huge credit to the John. What was his last name again? I can never pronounce his last name.
Walton. Oh, wait.
No,
You're
no,
talking
no.
about the actor?
No. I'm talking about the writer of the episode, John McGreevy or whatever it was.
I'll just say
McCreevy.
McCreevy.
Yeah.
McCreevy. John McCreevy.
McCreevy.
I think
Right.
Lee
Now,
Phillips directs most of the episodes of season 1.
Yeah. Well, this was episode 20 of season 1, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Or was it
21.
an earlier episode?
21.
Okay. Yeah. So John McGreevy actually won an Emmy for writer in a dramatic series for this episode.
Yeah.
And Earl Hamner, who was the creator of the Waltons itself, actually helped to help him. But he got the Emmy. He deserved it. And like I said, at that time, illiteracy probably could have numbered at least anywhere from 1 million to 3 million kids just in America alone that couldn't read, write, or do math. Well, now, like Resolute said, that's probably more like 50 million worldwide if you're talking about on a huge scale. So yeah, it addressed a few of those issues. I think they could have done without the secondary story, because I read your notes there, Gorilla, before I came on, and I think they could have done away with the secondary story about Wagaman and the girl and whatever. I think.
See, that's where I disagree with you on that.
Yeah,
that's where I disagree with you because the Henry that fit into there where they needed a reason to get Verdie over there, without sacrificing them, because they're trying to show how prideful she was, and they needed to give Aaron a reason
sure.
they didn't want to go with the Aaron liking all the attention while they're staying in bed. Then there would be no use for the Henry part. The Henry part of the story was the reason that they got her out of bed. It all fit in together neatly.
Sure.
They could have had a little bit more on the B plot.
Yeah, they could have. So what you're saying basically is that the secondary story kind of offered it was being offered as like an ulterior motive to get Verdie over there, and then to reveal.
Well, no, it's the reason Verdie was over there. That was the reason Verdie was over there.
Right.
It all fit in.
Sure.
It all fit in nicely. And yeah, Pop, we're about done here. SB, I give this episode an A plus. Like you don't need your big actions and flashy things. You don't need like a drop. This worked it perfectly here. Someone needed help learning, and Dad came over to help the family when they're needed. It showed why we need our communities. This is why I prefer the small towns where we know our neighbors, we help each other neighbors out, But yet it also showed the practical side where, no, we don't want to ask for help, but
well, it's the one.
I'm gonna give this an A plus. I absolutely love this episode.
I think what it comes down to is when you have people like Verdie who are resistant because they realize their frailty, but then they're prideful and resistant to change. In a way, John Boy is able to break down the wall and the facade and say, "Look, I'm here to help." And I wish that more people, and I agree with you, Gorilla and Resolute, that I wish there were more people nowadays that would just be willing to say, "Look, I'm here to help. Allow me to help you. Let me do what I can to help you." You know.
Yeah.
And a lot of people
And
should be more accepting of that, but they're not. So.
Yeah, and we also can't be afraid to ask for. We also shouldn't be afraid to ask for help. We all need help every once in a while. Wow, no matter what it is.
All of us
So
do.
where the community would come in together to help each other out. You know.
Absolutely. Man, this was a great stream, man. I know you guys heard me, so this was awesome. I love this, man.
And I'm counting on a copyright strike in the morning, or copyright claim in the morning. So I was trying to figure out what the hell I was saying at one time.
Just give him a thumb up middle and or finger middle. Do the middle.
I was gonna say I'm not giving. I ain't giving. Hey, it won't be a thumb up I'll be giving them.
Oh no! I know. I meant middle. I mean, like go middle twice. Go middle finger twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just say, look,
all right.
you have the right to say something. You know, freedom of speech. You know, freedom of expression. Do you know what that means?
This is a review. It falls under fair use.
It does. You're right.
All right. So this would probably be a good place to end it there. Let's start plugging everybody there. We'll start with Euler Greg here.
Yeah.
Euler Greg has some nice spoiler-free reviews on his channel there, some movie recommendations. I highly suggest you check that out. It's pretty good there. And we had Basil Battle Dragon come in. Just a sec here.
He's got a really good channel. I've actually seen a couple things from Basil, and he's got a good mind. I mean, he's very good at what he does. So I highly recommend you check out his channel as well.
Okay.
And we all know about a wonderful pop culture curator who's a genius, and he knows he's a genius, or at least he will deny it when we tell him, but we know he is. And we love him like each other, and we hope that what he's going through right now is going to go away, and he'll get it back home and be with his doggies and take care of himself. And we're all hoping for that, Pop. We're all giving you prayers and stuff.
Yeah. So make sure to check out Pop Culture Curator. Come give him a thumbs up. He has his Lost in Space, his horror sci on Mondays, horror sci-fi on Tuesdays, and Gilligan's Island on Wednesdays. We're hoping to start pretty soon. Up again soon. Hopefully he's feeling better pretty soon.
And Resolute, what have you got coming up for us before I?
Hey, we still got a few more people that were in the chat.
Oh,
Go
ahead.
Thank you, Fletcher Williams. I suck at games there for coming. I'm guessing that's a gaming channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just.
Yeah, it's a bunch of little gaming.
Yeah. And who else, Gorilla? Who else came too?
Looks like Avatar and stuff. All kinds of different stuff there. Looks pretty neat.
Cool.
Let's see. Thank you, Gap After Dark. Now, if you ever have any ideas for which collectibles you want to collect, Gap has a huge shorts list of different cool stuff he's collected over the years. It's been very entertaining there.
Yeah, he has a very large collection of rare collectibles. Things that I hate myself for, and my brother probably shoots himself in the hip for giving these items away. Mostly Star Wars, Star Trek stuff. Yeah, pretty bad, but he's a great collection.
And thank you, Scurvy Preventer, also known as Lemon Pie, for coming. Also, what do you got going on, Germ?
Yep, go ahead, Germ.
Tomorrow we got Saturday morning cartoons, 8 a.m. Pacific. Be watching Toxic Crusaders.
Okay, I'll be on the Cosme link for that. I gotta go see my daughter tomorrow. I get to go see my daughter tomorrow, so that
Yay! Good job, Gorilla.
yeah. Then Mikey, what do you got going on?
Well, I want to say, first of all, to Resolute, I probably didn't thank him well enough, but thank you so much for the Jetsons episodes. Those were so much fun.
Hey, glad to do it.
I learned a lot about, because it's been a long time since I've seen them. So I learned a few extra new things that I never knew before. So that was actually pretty cool. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much, brother. It was great. And I know Gorilla does great stuff. Goonies, dude, I still haven't stopped laughing. I'm telling you, man. I've watched that thing like 3 times. We did it with the Goonies, and I'm like, I can't stop laughing every time we go through it. Like, hey, you guys, all this stuff. That's hilarious. So yes, please go to Gorilla's channel and Resolute Germ's channel.
Yeah.
These guys are the funniest people on earth. They're my brothers. I care for them a lot. But anyway,
I'm not that
but
funny.
anyway,
I'm sort of a jackass.
stop.
And most people, when I'm trying to be funny, most people just think I'm retarded.
I don't think that at all of you, man. Either of you, come on.
All
I
right.
think you guys are hilarious. I think I am. Well, sometimes. My wife was
Yeah.
really different, but she loves me.
As for me,
That don't matter.
Babylon 5 tomorrow night, hopefully, as long as I get back in time. But I should be back in time. But I also gotta make a few stops after that because I want
Just don't get still pulled over by the state cops. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine, dude. And of course, just one last thing, of course. Yeah, one last thing, of course, as I'm telling everybody in the chat. Again, thank you so much for giving me 81 subscribers. We're shooting for 100. So if you can get any of your friends, dogs, cats, parrots, anything, to come by and hit subscribe to my channel, it'd be much appreciated. I'd love to get to 100 subscribers at least. We are doing James Bond franchise on June 7th at approximately 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, I might be starting the stream a little bit late, but I do hope to get as many people as possible involved in my first real live stream with StreamYard. So I want to get as many people as I can into the discussion, into the panel, and they'll only let me have 10 people in there at a time. So, so we'll do what we can. Yeah, and I'll always ask for your help, guys, and I'll ask Pop too if he can do it, and help me out. And we'll get people in there, and we're gonna have a fun time. We're gonna discuss everything possible, and we'll see if we can do it in under 3.5 hours. That's about it. So I'm out on that.
All right, Basil says you'll get there soon. Keep the faith. As for me, so hopefully Babylon 5 tomorrow night. The Gremlins on Sunday, and I got an idea for it. I got a real fun idea for a thumbnail there.
Oh yeah.
Then otherwise, we decided to change from Fringe to do Black Mirror instead on Wednesdays.
Oh, okay.
So then maybe a gaming stream here and there to see how it goes.
Yeah, I can't wait to see your Gremlins, dude, because we own them both on a dual set, Gremlins and Gremlins 2, the new batch. So I've got plenty to say to you if you let me come in, and I'll educate you on Gremlins.
All right. So this is a good place to be like a kid on prom night and wrap this up. So you guys have a good night, and remember to be a gorilla.